everyone. Welcome to Talk to Today's Homeowner. I'm Chelsea. Thank you so much for joining me for this in-depth tour of my living room. We renovated the whole room for an episode of Today's Homeowner, so I hope you were able to catch that. If not, you can get caught up to speed. It's all part of a series that we're doing that's called Chelsea's Ranch Revival, bought a ranch style home. So you can go to todayshomeowner.com/ranch revival to see all of the other projects that we've already documented and shared there. All right, so here's the living room. Before we had some tan brown walls, brown carpet, and some heavy drapes that were covering the window. And so our first step was to take everything out. We even removed a fireplace mantel, which was a little bit controversial, but it didn't serve a purpose in this room, and so it had to go so that the room could function better for my family. I do have 3 small kids, so we have lots of toys, so we need lots of places to put those because I can't deal with the clutter being everywhere all the time. So that leads us to the bookcases. It was a big part of what I wanted to do in here. And you can call them bookcases, you can call them bookshelves, built-ins, and they just really, we built them custom to this space between the window trim and the wall. And it's really not that hard. It's a little bit of math to figure it out, but we just used a nail gun and some stock lumber from the home improvement store. But really what seals the deal is wrapping your molding around bookcases like this, crown molding and baseboards, wrapping those around is what really makes them look built-in, makes them look custom, and really makes them look original and intentional to your space. So I really love that. We had an electrician come and add some wires while we were building them so that I could install the neat little picture lights over them. And it just adds a lot of character and pizzazz, if you will, to a room. And speaking of pizzazz, I love to do things with ceilings. And what we did here was really very simple. It's just 1x4s that I painted to match all the trim in the room. Then we've had to figure out, where center was, how big we wanted the squares to be. But once we got past that, we cut the boards to size, nailed them and glued them to the ceiling, and it just creates like a really cool just interest within your room. And always think that if you have something cool on the ceiling, then someone walks into your room and their eye is drawn up, and it just makes your room feel taller and bigger than it might actually be. So that's a little design tip that if your room's kind of small feeling, then making the ceiling making the ceiling pop will make the whole room pop. And then the last thing, well, was not the last thing that we did, but we removed the carpet that was in here. I had previously removed the carpet from the dining room, and so to get into this room, it was a little bit of a step up because the carpet added about 1 inch to the room. And removing that just made the 2 rooms flow together real nicely, and it just made the room feel more finished. So let's swing around and you can see where the fireplace mantle was. It was right here, and it was non-working, and the traditional nowadays hanging the TV over the fireplace. We did that for a little while. But, we primarily use this room to watch family movies or sports, and so it just made sense to eliminate the non-working fireplace mantle and hang our TV at a more viewer-friendly height. And then we were able to get a piece of furniture in here for a little bit more storage and a place to have my candle, because you can't not have a candle in the living room. And we patched it up with drywall, textured it to make it match the old plaster, and painted the walls white, which you can make a room feel lighter and brighter without painting walls white, but I really wanted the color trim and just thought a white wall would pair nicely with that. And then swinging around some more, this is a little project that my kids and I did. Just got a canvas from the craft store and used acrylic paints and kind of drew some lines for them to paint on top of. And then I went back and fluffed it up a little bit, and I think it's cool. They're really proud of the work that the art that they made that's up on the wall. And then let's go ahead and swing around this way a little bit more, give you a 360 view. Another thing to always think about when you're adding stuff to your living room or renovating your living room, don't forget your plants. They add so much life to a space and just make it warmer and cozier. So I put one up on the ceiling. I have some on the, see those are paper flowers. I have a plant over on the other bookcase, and then I also have a faux tree over in the corner. And even though it's not real, it adds a lot of life to a room. So that's a pretty good walking tour of our living room. Oh, one more thing. This coffee table, if you follow me on Instagram at Checking In with Chelsea, I took this table that used to be our kitchen table growing up. It was a kitchen table, so it was taller. Stripped all the stain off of it and chopped it off to make it a coffee table for our living room. And I love it so much. I love the color of it. And it's the perfect height for the kids to sit around and play board games or do puzzles. And that's just a neat way to like re-envision maybe a piece of furniture that you don't love the way it is now. Maybe it's a family piece and you don't feel right getting rid of it. Reimagine what you can use it for and make it work for you and for your home. So that's about it for our tour. Thank you again for joining us. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them below and we'll get back to you. And make sure you have notifications turned on for today's homeowner so that you can get notified next time we go live.